Imagine you have 10 seconds to make a decision that could make or break your business. No room for doubt, no fear, just clarity. Top CEOs make $1 million business and decision every day without stress. But how do they do it? That's exactly what I will reveal in today's video. My name is Ayush Chandra. I am a government registered psychologist and a growth mindset coach. Today, we will discuss the secret behind stress-free decisions. How do people make it who are billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires too? It's all about psychology, it's all about mindset. I'll share everything, whatever is my favorite. Most people assume that CEOs have some superhuman ability to stay calm. But in reality, they come and ask people like me most of the time for a structured decision-making framework that eliminates stress, and that too without wasting a lot of time. They don't react emotionally. They follow a system, a step-by-step process. I recently remember that I met a CEO who told me in a restaurant of JW Marriott. I was sitting there and he told me, Ayush, even after making $1 million unicorn, I still suffer because emotions हिंडर माई डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस. मेरे बीच में वो इमोशंस आ जाते हैं. जैसा मेरा इमोशनल स्टेट होता है वैसा ही मेरा बिजनेस होता है उस दिन. एंड ही वॉज 100% राइट. एंड देन वी कंटिन्यूड द टॉक. बट लेट मी शेयर विद यू द टॉप 3 थिंग्स that would help you to grow your business. The 70% rule, and it is used by Jeff Bezos. You probably know about him, right? So most people will wait 100% certainty के लिए before making any decision. That's where they make mistake. Like people like Bezos, they follow a 70% rule. They make decisions when they are just about 70% confident, have just 70% of the information. I'll give you an example. If you wait for perfect data, people will be very slow. Instead, what do? They gather enough information to make an informed bet and then adjust according to the need. That's how they do it. Now, how can you apply that? And you can stop waiting for that perfect certainty to come. If you have 70% confidence on anything that you are about to take decision about, make the call and adapt along the way. You always have scope to readjust your decisions, readjust the process and the metrics and whatsoever you want to do. And that brings me to my step number 2. And that's called the Eisenhower matrix. And this is used by Fortune 500 CEOs. It's a brilliant thing. I personally love it. So let me tell you that this thing shows you a priority matrix where we talk about urgent versus important tasks. And we can sort it out. I'll show that on screen as well. Now you have to understand that not all decisions are equal. CEOs use the Eisenhower matrix to separate urgent versus important decisions because that will give you more clarity. I'll give you an example. So I was reading about it and one day and I realized that even Steve Jobs did this. Steve Jobs ignored small distractions and focused only on long-term vision, like product innovation at Apple. Now, how can you apply this? Before making any decision, big or small, in your business especially, you have to understand whether it is urgent or whether it's important. Cut out the distractions, delegate the task and focus on high impact choices. Because a lot of time it's just the noise that is distracting us. It's not even the main task. बहुत सारी बार ऐसा होता है कि हमें अर्जेंट टास्क इंपॉर्टेंट लगते हैं और इंपॉर्टेंट टास्क अर्जेंट लगते हैं, एंड देन वी आर नॉट एबल टू डिसाइड व्हाट टास्क टू टेक अप एंड व्हेन टू टेक अप एंड व्हेन टू एंड देम टू, एंड वी गेट स्पाइरल्ड अप. And now let's talk about step number 3, and that is 10-10-10 rule. This is used by high performers. If you are a high performer, if you are in an environment जहाँ पे आपको decision बहुत जल्दी लेना है, you should hear it out. Now, ever do you think that you have made a bad decision in the heat of the moment? मेरे साथ तो हुआ है, multiple times हुआ है. Now, I use what we call 10-10-10 rule. This prevent you before you decide anything for yourself. So how will you feel about this? You have to ask yourself the first question, 3 magical questions. Number 1, how will I feel about this in 10 minutes? Then how will I feel in 10 months? And then how will I feel about this decision in 10 years? Example I'll give you. High stakes investors use this to avoid emotional decisions. They don't take emotional decisions because emotions hamper orbitofrontal cortex, that's your decision making part of the brain. So what do they do? Like, panic selling during a market crash. People do that often. Right now also a lot of people, come for this thing with this problem. Ki Ayush, kya karna hai? Now how can you apply this? Before making any decision, step back, take a pause and ask, will this matter in 10 months or 10 years? It instantly takes away a lot of stress from your shoulders. Use these activities, use these techniques. It's for free. I'm just telling you that because I want to encourage every entrepreneur who is starting, who is having a dream to become a millionaire and a billionaire too. Now that you know how CEOs make stress-free decisions, which strategy will you try from today? आप कौन सी करोगे? Choose one. Drop a comment below because CEOs don't have time to decide for such a long time. And if you think that this video was valuable, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel because next I'll reveal the science of stress proofing your brain for peak performance. Here I'm signing out. My name is Ayush Chandra. I'm a psychologist and I always tell you that universe will send you the right guides at the right time. You just have to seize the moment.